The Knicks give up nearly their entire franchise to get Antonio McDyess, who turns into an epic bust that haunted the franchise for years.
So let me get this straight. You're going to pass on Stoudemire, trade Nene, trade Mark Jackson, trade Marcus Camby, stop me anytime, and you're getting back Antonio McDyess, who had blown out his knee the year before. Recipe for a championship.
I mean, you talk about a disaster of a draft. Nothing went right for the Knicks that year. You talk about incompetence in the front office and changing the shape of your franchise for years to come, and you wind up with Antonio McDyess. I mean, what were they thinking?
Well, this is what you like to call the apex of the Scott-Layden era. The Knicks the previous year had won 30 games. So when a team wins 30 games, you have veteran players like Allen Houston and Latrell Sprewell. What does that tell you? Maybe start to rebuild? Not the Knicks. They're going to try to win right away.
Management, after making 14 consecutive playoff appearances, finally, it caught up with them. They missed the playoffs. So, what's the logical solution? Let's blow the whole thing up.
So they actually had the 7th overall pick in the draft this year. One of the rare years they didn't trade away their first-round pick. So take advantage of that, right? Get a good young player? No.
They take Nene Hilario. Nene is traded along with Marcus Camby, Mark Jackson to Denver for Antonio McDyess.
And McDyess came over, he was already injured. He had a bad knee. They took a risk with him. It blew up in their face.
Antonio McDyess fractures his kneecap in the last 2 minutes of a meaningless preseason game.
He plays 2 years for the Knicks and plays in 18 games. Misses the entire first season with a knee injury, plays only 18 games the following year.
Is anybody really surprised that there's some questionable decisions made by the New York Knicks? I mean, here's an example of how they just, made the wrong choice, and we're still paying for that, I think.
I was like, what the hell is going on with these Knicks? This isn't what we live for. I said, bring Clyde, bring Earl Monroe, bring Michael Ray Richardson back if we have to.
You know, we look at the Knicks as if they're the Boston Celtics. The Knicks have had more heartache in the last 50 years than any team I can possibly imagine. The Knicks stink more regularly than they're a decent basketball team. So this fact that we look at the Knicks and say, well, I can't believe this happened or I can't believe that happened. The Knicks are a bad franchise. You should believe that any of this stuff is happening.
The Knicks have been a running joke in the NBA ever since Jeff Van Gundy left.
Well, the Knicks made a lot of bonehead decisions over the last couple of decades.
I mean, what do you say? The Knicks have been doing this for a long, long time. It goes back to when Pat Riley left them. They haven't been the same since. They still make the same dumb moves, and they're still paying for it years and years later.
Now, what happens after that? The Knicks take that Antonio McDyess contract and trade it again. And guess who they got for Antonio McDyess? Stephon Marbury. About $80 million worth of contracts over a few seasons. Sets the Knicks back even further. And that's where the Knicks are today.
You fast forward to 2015, the Knicks have the highest payroll. They're going to draft in the lottery. Now they have Amari Stoudemire. That's the Knicks for you.